So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Z4 Games and I'm bringing to you guys an update to Gouki. Now this is mostly because I found a 2-card combo that you can perform in Gouki that ends on 2 4,000 attack point power load ogres and any link 2 and a link 2 left on board, which will equal over 10,000 damage, like nearly 10,000 damage. Just on 2 cards. Just absolutely insane combo. Everything in this deck can be purchased and acquired below rare rarity. Like, you can literally have the highest rarity in this deck, a rare, and that's just absolutely insane. This deck is very budget, it's very cheap, and it's very, very powerful. It's very powerful for what it is, it's very powerful for what it does, it's very consistent, just on the fact that you're playing Gouki. Like, every monster in your deck essentially says, hey, search a card. It's just absolutely insane, and I had to share it to you guys because I'm really enjoying Goukis the way that they are right now. They're very fun. Again, they're very strong for a locals deck. You can probably, and with like slight meta adjustments to the deck, you can take this to like possibly to higher events and do relatively well. Essentially, since your deck is like, hey, I'm going to produce big tower boss monsters, and you have to get over it. Which, bear in mind, I'm going to accumulate all my resources back, and if you do it out my board, I'm going to essentially just do it again. Like, it's just absolutely insane. So I wanted to share it to you guys because I'm a huge fan of Goukis. I've always been a fan of Goukis since the initial release. Very fun deck, very strong deck, and I'm literally now just repeating myself. So before I get to the deck itself, if you enjoy this, please give us a like, please give us a subscribe down below. Those small things that you do greatly help us a lot, and we really do appreciate it. We couldn't thank you guys enough for doing so. We got podcasts as well that you can check out. They're very fun to listen to. We go through a whole bunch of stuff on them. We greatly enjoy doing them, and the fact that you're helping us get to #1 is great. And if you don't want to miss out on any more content as well, hit that that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on everything as well. So with all that's done, let's get into this extremely budget Gouki deck profile. We have 3 Super X. I'm not going to go through in great detail what all the Goukis do, because you should all know what they do. Gouki Super X, additional summons, searching, 3 Gouki Headbutt Bat, additional summons essentially for itself, power boost, searching. Like, you want to max out on these just because they are essentially your play starters. They are the ones that get use that additional monster on board, whether it's for itself through Headbutt Bat or by summoning something else in the forms of Super X. And bear in mind, I always just like to point this out after a long period of time for each of my Gouki profiles. If you get additional normal summons, you can resolve Super X again, because it's not once per turn. So as long as you can normal summon him again, you can get that free summon, which comes into play in terms of the extra deck. 3 Twist Cobra. This is the last of 3 odds I like to play in terms of the Gouki monsters themselves, just because Twist Cobra is that power boost for other Goukis and itself as well. Just by releasing Gouki, you can power up a Gouki, including itself, by the Gouki points that you release. Twist Cobra is also additional such. Rice Scorpio, I like to play 2 of it just because it is a main deck beat stick that does provide searches, and it is you can just summon it for free, as long as you control no monsters or only Goukis. For the one-offs is Bear Hug. You rarely resolve his effect, though it can come up in times, and the searching as well. It's another name that can get you a search, which is very important. 2 Octo Stretch for the level 1, as well as 1 Guts. I like this ratio just because Octo Stretch can perform additional uses in the hand to half damage, which can be relevant, and Guts is that additional level 1 that can be summoned off resolved and grants you a search. Gouki Iron Claw is a good combo with Power Load Ogre and Giant Ogre to give yourself additional attack gains. Can come into play, and I believe Iron Claw also gives you a search. He does, which is great. The only one Gouki in the deck that doesn't give you a search, but I still play, is Ring Trainer. Is a pseudo hand trap in a way. Send it to graveyard, special summon Gouki. Special summon this card and special summon a Gouki from your graveyard. It does lose attack points, but giving you that additional board presence in those situations is very important. And one very important card in the deck, you could call this a Garnet, but it's not really a Garnet, just because it's not as bad as a Garnet, because if you actually have it in hand, you can actually still use it. It is a Warrior, which is Codebreaker 0 Day. This is part of your combos that you can do, which I will show at the end of the video, just because it is a quick combo, so it doesn't really lengthwise merit as a video. So at the end of the video, I will show you the combo. But yeah, Codebreaker 0 Day, you summon this off your Link 2, and then you bring it back with your Link 3, and then yeah, you just do so many combos revolve around 0 Day. You can bump this up if you want to have additional copies, but the Link 2 summons from anywhere, hand, deck or graveyard, so you only really need the one copy. I say it's like a pseudo Garnet, but can perform because you do play extenders, Warrior extenders in the forms of like 2 copies of Blue Mountain Butler Spy and 2 copies of Junk Forward. The reason I play these is because I essentially have a Warrior extender no matter what situation I'm in. If I normal summon a Warrior, I can special summon Butler Spy. If I control no monsters, I can special summon Junk Forward and then normal summon something else. Like, I always have a way to get 2 Warriors on board to make my result and then go off with my plays. So this is why I do this. I like this ratio. I think it's a really good ratio, and as you can see, it's a very budget ratio. Because we are primarily Go second deck, I do like to just main deck a Pankratops. You have the space, you can main deck any other Go second variant cards if you want, depending on your budget. I just like the Pankratops just because it's very versatile. No matter what I'm facing off against, being able to just free summon a Pankratops, pop something, get rid of something I just don't want to deal with, and then just go off my plays is very, very nice. And I just wanted to keep with the budget of this deck style, so I just gone with Effect Vader. This can be any hand trap that you want. I just had Effect Vader's spare, and it's budget, and it's just a good card. Like, it's just overall a very good card. That's it for the monsters. Moving on to traps. I do apologise if you can hear any creaking in the background. That is my floor, and it's very annoying. I have 3 copies of Rematch. I always like free Rematch. I've always been like an announcer of free Rematch. Like, the 3rd Rematch comes in so clutch, just to keep you in the game and get you that win. So despite I like to have the 3 copies of Rematch, I am taking in 1 copy of Face Turn, because you can end on boards with 2 Giant Ogres over 4,000 each, a Link 2, and you can actually get back a Link 3 Gouki, which then Power Load Ogre can release that Gouki and pop 3 cards, and Face Turn can help you do that, which is very, very nice. It's an additional reborn that you can search. Speaking of reborn, Rotor and 141, very, very good cards. Extender, Searcher, Extender / Searcher. 1 copy pot Valorous. You burn through your extra deck like crazy in this deck, so being able to shuffle all those extra cards back and Goukis from your graveyard to just keep your consistency going, you can merit this being a 2-off. I just like the 1-off just because I don't want to brick too much on pot Valorous. 1 copy of Living Fossil, Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, and Twin Swords of Flashing Light Terrace. These are my equips of choice. A pseudo revival card, so it has uses if you open with it. Phoenix Blade because it's like one of the best, and for a deck like this. And I always like to play the Trices because being able to give a Power Load Ogre or any of your big boss monsters additional attacks for additional damage if you do open with it is very nice. To run up the main deck, we do have 3 trap cards. 1 copy of Shade Brigading is a pseudo warrior in the deck, which is very, very handy for your plays. And I'm just playing 2 copies of Strike, though these can be infinite impermanences or anything else that you want. I just gone with Strike just because it is a very nice, handy, versatile trap. Moving on to the extra deck, your 3 big boss monsters. I'm playing 2 copies of Power Load Ogre and 1 Master Ogre. Where's the Giant Ogre? You can play him if you want. I'm just going with this. Power Load Ogre is overall better just because his summoning requirements is just 2+ warriors. So your Izolds and other stuff can go into it. My Master Ogre of choice is because it is like the best in archetypal link for that you can make it going first. Because it is effect negation. It is a Gouki by name as well, so you can revive it off your your base turn, stuff like that. And your Shadow Ogre if you do play it. Your Heal Ogre, shall I say, for TCG name. So I just gone for Master Ogre. This can be a Giant Ogre if you want to, as an additional Towers boss-like monster. I just gone with the Master Ogre because, again, in archetypal effect negation that you can make with ease is very, very handy. For Link Freeze, we're going with 2 Thunder Ogres and 1 Blade Ogre for the in-archetypal guards. Thunder Ogre is your extender. It is your playmaker in the sense of when you make this, you get an additional normal summon. So you can go into your Power Load Ogre and your Master Ogres. And then the Blade Ogre is a form of removal in itself, and it is a pseudo boss monster as well. If you don't want to play Blade Ogre, you can go with Giant Ogre if you want to, or the Great Ogre. It's completely up to you. This is the flex Gouki slot for the Link Freeze that you can just replace. I just go with the Blade Ogre because if you are up against those Link monsters that point to your field, you can make this, bounce that Link, and then get additional attacks. For your Codebreaker engine, I believe in my previous profile I did have 1 of each, or if I didn't have any at all. But I was playing with 1 of each for a while, but now I have bumped it up to 2. Of each, so 2 Virus Berserker and 2 Virus Swordsman. If you don't know what the combo is, I'll just briefly go over. You make your Virus Swordsman with any 2 effect monsters. This summons your Codebreaker 0 day from anywhere, and you go into this, and then this will get back this and your 0 day, and then you can go into your Power Load Ogre. But don't worry, I will go over that combo in depth after. No, I play 2 of each just because when you resolve once, you can then do it again. It's essentially how people are currently main decking 2 copies each of your Christian High Firebreaks, Link Cross and stuff like that, Mega Phantom Beast, so that once they do the combo once, they can do the combo again. It's essentially the same thing in this deck. 1 copy of Jet Ogre, 1 copy of Heal Ogre, 2 copies of Isolde, and 1 copy of Link Creeper, to round up the extra in archetypal Link 2s that you can make. There's combos with Heal Ogre that you can do to revive your big boss monsters. And then 2 copies of Isolde just because it's the best Link 2 to go into for consistency. And your Link Creeper because there are times you need to just get rid of a level 1 to go into Link Creeper to get that search and do your plays. So that's it for the deck. I will go quickly run through the combo. So essentially the combo is either Suplex and any Gouki of choice. There's Twist Cobra is a good example. Or if you don't have the Suplex but a Gouki, you can go with either Moonbattle Butterfly or the Junk Forward. In any of these, so essentially any one of these, and any other Gouki that you can just normal summon in the deck. So I'm going to go with let's go with this Jump Forward and the Twist Cobra, just to show you that you don't need to open Suplex. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. There we go. So you special summon your Jump Forward, normal summon your Twist Cobra, and then you go into your Isolde. Isolde will resolve, grabbing you any warrior from your deck. Bear in mind you can't normal summon it, but essentially use it for the rest of the turn. And then you got your Twist Cobra. So you go Chainlink 1, Isolde, Chainlink 1 Twist Cobra, and Chainlink 2 Isolde, because you're not really too fussed about the Isolde search as much as your Twist Cobra search. So I'm going to go with a warrior. So you actually do need to search. So you go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. So Chainlink 1, the Isolde, and Chainlink 2, Twist Cobra. So Twist Cobra is going to grab you your Headbutt that, and then your Isolde is going to grab you your Twist Cobra. Because we've already used the Twist Cobra If you did it the other way, you wouldn't be able to resolve Twist Cobra. So I do apologise for that. So you've got that. You now use your Isolde to send any equip from your deck. I'm going to send everyone's favourite equip that everyone wanted to get banned, believe it or not, Phoenix Blade. So you send your Phoenix Blade, and then you'll summon your level 1 Gouki of choice. I'm going to go with the Octo Stretch. You'll then use your Headbutt Bat to discard the Twist Cobra, special summon itself, and up the Twist Cobra by 800. You'll now link all of these off into your first copy of Power Load Ogre. You'll now resolve both of your Gouki monsters. I do apologise for that noise as well if you're hearing it. So I'm going to grab 2 copies of Rematch. I'll explain why afterwards. I'll then play the Rematch, reviving 2 Gouki monsters from my graveyard. So you can't revive the Twist Cobra because it's locked under Isolde. So we're summoning back our Octo Stretch and Headbutt that. We then link both of those off into our copy of Virus Swordsman Codebreaker. Codebreaker Virus Swordsman, you have to summon it in the middle zone of Gouki Power Load Ogre, and the reason we summon Power Load Ogre is because he points 3 down to everything, which comes important with the link 3. Now, since Codebreaker Virus Swordsman is co-linked, we can summon a Codebreaker 0-day from our hand, deck, or graveyard to a zone that is being pointed to by the co-linked monster. So Codebreaker Power Load Ogre is pointing, we got these zones free, so we can summon our 0-day here. If you want me to just like go over Virus Swordsman properly. So 2 effect monsters, when this card is special summon, if it is co-linked, you can special summon 1 Codebreaker 0-day from your hand, deck, or graveyard to any zone a link monster points to. During the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was destroyed while in your possession or by Baron's card effect and sent there this turn, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You use each effect of 0-day once per turn. Virus Swordsman. So we summon our 0-day to the Power Load Ogre zone. We then link both of these off into our copy of Codebreaker Virus Berserker, who shares a similar effect to 0-day. Where you can, if it's co-linked, you can special summon Codebreaker monsters from your graveyard. So I'll go over him. 2+ monsters, including a Codebreaker monster. When this card is special summoned, if it is co-linked, you can special summon up to 2 Codebreaker monsters from your hand and or graveyard to any zones a link monster or monsters point to. During your main phase, you can destroy spells and trap cards with controls up to a number of linked Codebreaker monsters on the field. Use each effect of Codebreaker Virus Berserker once per turn. So we can summon back our Virus Swordsman and our 0-day. So I'm going to summon them like this because I'm now going to turn the Virus Berserker and the 0-day, which if you wanted to, if you're going second, primarily you would be if you're doing this combo. You can use Virus Berserker to pop 3 spells and trap cards on your opponent's field, is very nice, and make our second Power Load Ogre. Power Load Ogre gains attack equal to the combined link ratings of all other link monsters you control times 200. So each Power Load Ogre will gain 800, 1,000 additional attack points, if I'm correctly. No, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 1,200 extra attack points. So yeah, each Power Load Ogre is at 4,000 and you have a 2,300 Virus Swordsman. That is 10,300 points of damage. You pot 3 back row through your Virus Berserker, and you have a rematch set in wait for next turn, which then you can just go rematch, revive 2, link off, make something else, and just go crazy. So that, guys, is the deck and a short combo as well. Hope you all enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below. Leave your thoughts as well, what you think of this, what you're doing with your Gouki decks. There's multitude variants that people are doing with Goukis. Is absolutely crazy, and I love it to bits as well. So do let me know what you're doing with your Gouki decks. So As always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, guys, as always, happy dueling.